Hello everyone, it's Tuesday again, which means it's Tuesday Tips Live from the Digital DJ Tips Studios here in sunny Mediterranean land. The sun has come out, it is summer here. Anyway, today it's all about DJ controllers, DJ systems above $1,000. In the last few weeks on this slot, we've been talking about everything from the tiniest little DJ systems, like these little things here, and we've gone through $300 to $500 devices, $500 to $1,000, and this week, to end off this series, we're looking at DJ controllers over $1,000. So in the next half hour or so, I'm going to talk through our 5 top devices, and I'm going to give you an idea why, and I'm going to tell you about where you can find out more about this if you're in the market for some of this stuff. As ever, if you've got any questions or queries, or you want to share your thoughts or comments, you can do so wherever you're watching this. Just type them in the comments and we will see them here, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook or Twitch or Mixcloud Live. Excuse me. We're watching and we're ready to respond to what you have to say. So let me talk you through the criteria that we've used this week for this little exercise. So once you get above $1,000, you get a lot of functionality in standalone, all-in-one DJ gear. So standalone, I've just mentioned it, some of these things don't even need a computer. They just operate off a USB drive or a hard drive. But the criteria that we've used today for these devices are that they have to work with a laptop. In other words, they work with DJ software. If they work as standalone devices as well that can work without software, that's great. But for the point of view of what we've been doing for the last few weeks, we've chosen things here that only, or that have to work with software. So that's the first thing. The second thing is just to bear in mind that when you get to this kind of price, these units can be as big as like the separates. I've got separate stuff behind me, I've got mixers and DJ gear behind me. But look, once you're looking at stuff like this, some of these units are really, really big. And so you're not getting portability here. So you're spending more money, but if you want something that's portable, spending this kind of money might not be right for you, because some of these things are very unportable. Some of them are a bit more portable than others, as we're going to see. So bear that in mind. These are all truly pro systems we're going to look at today. So if you're just joining us and you're wondering what this is, it's Digital DJ Tips. We're the people behind Rock the Dance Floor, the best-selling book on Amazon on how to DJ. We're also the people behind the digitaldjtips.com website and 25 Count 'em DJ courses covering everything from beginner DJing right up to how some of the biggest DJs in the world do it. We work with people like James Hype, DJ Angelo, Layback Luke, and many more to bring you courses and training. So that's who we are and that's what we do. And this is our free show that we do every Tuesday. Now, one other word for you, if you've got questions that aren't related to our topic today. So today we're talking about this kind of device, these big controllers that you see laid out here in front of me. If you've got something that isn't related to this kind of stuff, then come back on Thursday at the same time. And that's when we talk about all things, all questions. You can ask anything you want then. Okay, before we get started on our 5 favorite controllers above $1,000, as always, because this is a live show, I want to head to the comment cam and say hello to a few of you guys and girls who are in the comments live all over our network and get a bit of the community stuff going on. Remember, I'd love you to join in, so please do comment away and we'll get back to you afterwards. Hi to Dat Boy, who says, I honestly did not expect the Numark Party Mix 2. No, this is the news that Numark has launched a new controller, or rather 2 controllers. And we've got the review of them already on Digital DJ Tips, so you can go and have a look at this. This is at the other end of the price spectrum, down at the $100, $150, $200 kind of end. But look, this one here has got a built-in speaker, which is really unusual. Now, we've got a video there that went live an hour ago when this was released that you can click through to. There's me. Oh, I recognise that studio. So go and have a look at that and find out more about this if you're interested in it. But yeah, we didn't expect that either. Oh, wrong camera. So thanks for that comment, Dat Boy. Hi to DJ Ginormous, who's in a sort of sunny Western New York. DJ LV2D in Antwerp. Brian says, I wonder if we'll get a mention of the Prime 4 since it has a controller mode. I wonder if we will, Brian. Hello to Modish Mark, to Leon or Leon, who's waiting for the best controller in this system, in this range we've got here as well. Hi to Jorge in Portugal, to Loris in Dublin, to Tweaking Tracks, who just says good day, to Papa D over there in muggy Miami. I love Miami, Papa D. Hello to everyone here, especially all our regulars. It's lovely to see you here. Paul, good to see you here, my friend. And Cleveland Terry over there on Twitch, my man. I hope you're doing well. And right, let's get going. Let's talk about our 5 favorite controllers over $1,000. So, in position number 5, we have the one I've got here. This is the Pioneer DJ DJing-1000 SRT. It's a Serato controller, and its biggest plus point is it comes with a really authentic club layout. This controller here has got decks that feel like club decks. It's got a mixer that feels like a club mixer. Of course, at this price point, you're getting a lot of pro features. It's got 2 DJs can plug into it. It's got hardware effects, a full hardware mixer. This is all taken as read. But what you're getting here, which is quite unique for Serato, well, actually nearly unique, as we're going to find out, is a full club feel. Club jog wheels, club style pitch faders, club style mixer. Club style looping, although the looping is one of its down points. The downside of this is the looping is a bit clunky compared to other Pioneer similar gear, but basically what you're getting here is the best club feel for Serato in a standalone unit, and for that reason alone, the Serato DJing-1000 SRT is a really highly recommended controller. So we don't really believe in making training for individual devices here at Digital DJ Tips. It's like having a driving lesson for a brand of car, right? It's like if you want to learn to drive, it doesn't really matter what kind of car the instructor has, and you can't take a test for a Nissan or a Chevy or whatever. You take a test for cars because they're all the same at the end of the day, aren't they? So we don't really believe in having training for individual pieces of equipment, but we have got a training course for that controller because it's just so popular and so many people asked us that we made one. So that shows how much we love the DJing-1000 SRT for Serato, and that's our number 5 controllers above $1,000. So our number 4 controllers above $1,000 is this one I've got here. Now, unfortunately, because of the way the cameras are set up, it's quite hard to show you it fully. But basically, there we go. There's a little bit better view of it there. And I can't pick it up for you because it's too bloody heavy. It's the Rane One with motorized platters. The Rane One is another Serato controller, and it's the first and only controller from Rane. And the thing that the Rane One has got that none of the others have got is those motorized platters. They might be 7-inch, but they've got real vinyl on them. This is a proper slip mat and a proper piece of vinyl I've got here, which is ridiculous, really, when you think about it, on a DJ controller. So this behaves in a very similar way to real record decks, and that means you can scratch on it like better than any of the other devices I've got here. So scratch DJs who want something a bit more portable and a bit all-in-one, this is for you. It's only 2-channel, but then that is what scratch battle mixers and scratch DJs use and want. But it's got really nice effects on it, really nice paddles. It's just a lovely controller for Serato. So just like the DJing-1000 SRT is the club look for Serato, the Rane One is the scratch controller all-in-one system for Serato. Now, both of these ones we've looked at so far, I guess you could say once you hit this kind of price point, you expect a little bit more. These are software only, so you can't plug in a USB drive to either of these. So that's kind of, maybe at this price point you're thinking, oh, I want the option to plug in a USB. Well, you can't do that with these two. But the Rane One, incredible build, great device if you are a scratch DJ, or you're coming from turntables and you just want something that feels like turntables, because despite the fact they're only 7-inch platters, it really does. So if you've just joined us, we are talking about our favorite 5 DJ controllers above $1,000. And we've already looked at the DDJ-1000 SRT in the 5th position and the Rane One in the 4th position. If you're enjoying this, by the way, and you want to make sure that you don't miss out on future stuff, then subscribe. There's the YouTube icon, but wherever you are, subscribe. Click the show first, click the bell, click the favorites, so we can let you know when we do more stuff like this. And also, please click share. Share really helps us to get the word out about these things. Okay, we're on to position number 3 in our 5 favorite DJ controllers over $1,000. And our 3rd position is the one that we had to really hulk to get it here, is this one here, the the XDJ-XZ or XZ. And again, I'm sorry I can't pick these up and show you a slightly better view of them, but this thing weighs a ton. So the other view of this I can give you is this kind of over the shoulder one here. You can just see how huge this is. This is actually the same size as the separates would be. If I got 2 Pioneer DJ, XDJ 2000s, or sorry, CDJ 2000s or 3000s, and a 900 mixer and put them together, this is actually deeper than that. And it's the same size and probably the same weight as well. So this is an absolute beast of a DJ controller. The Pioneer XDJ-XZ, I remember when they launched this, someone at Pioneer kind of privately said to me, we're a bit worried about this because it's not the most up-to-date technology in the world, and we don't know how it's going to be received. And I actually felt like it was going to be received really well. That's been vindicated. This thing has flown out of the shops. There are so many of these out there. Our video online, we've got like a 2-hour tutorial on how to use this for free on our YouTube channel, has had hundreds of thousands of views. This is a very, very popular device, and for very good reason. So what's good about it? Well, to start with, it's full sized. Here, what you're getting is it just feels, if the little DDJ-1000 SRT, which is crazy calling this one little at the back, but it is compared to this, feels like a club. This just is the club. It's just the same as using a club system by, in nearly all respects. Everything about it screams, I'm DJing in a club. So it looks incredible if you have this in the center of your setup. You really look a pro with this. It works with Serato and Rekordbox. And once you plug Serato or Rekordbox in, you get all 4 channels to use. And it was an extremely powerful professional DJ controller to use with Serato and Rekordbox. And you can plug in a USB drive with a Rekordbox analyzed collection on it, and it will allow you to use 2 of its 4 channels with Rekordbox as well, standalone. And that is at the price. You go check out the price of this and you realize this is really good value for what you get. Over $1,000 in this range. This one here is really compelling. Obviously the downside of it, it's bloody big. You're not going to tuck this under your arm and just wander off to a gig. But if you're flight casing and moving it around in a vehicle, or keeping it at home, or even installing it somewhere and not moving it very often, a really, really nice DJ controller and standalone system indeed is the XDJ-XZ or XZ from Pioneer DJ. Hey, I learned something the other day. You Canadian viewers, you say Z, don't you? Like us British, you'd call it the XDJ-XZ. I'm right, aren't I? I didn't know that. I thought you said Z like the USA, like our US viewers. So yeah, you learn a new thing every day, don't you? Unless I'm wrong, of course. But I think I'm right on that one. So we love the XDJ-XZ or XZ, and that is a worthy 3rd place. So we're on to 2nd place in our DJ controllers over $1,000. So our 2nd place goes to the Reloop. The things you say when you're live. The Denon DJ, just at the back here. And again, sorry I can't pick these up, but I'm having to rely on the cameras that are used to focusing on a small desk, not the oversized controllers I've got here. The Denon DJ Prime 4. Maybe I can give you a better view of it on that camera there. Yeah, there we go. This one here. The Denon DJ Prime 4. Now, the Denon DJ Prime 4 works with Serato DJ, has an amazing screen which looks great on Serato DJ, and it's got pretty much all the functions that you can use with Serato, and it's also got all the standalone stuff you'd expect at this price. Standalone mixer, ability to plug in 2 mics. I mean, this has got 2 mics as well. I'm pretty sure this has, or I can't remember off the top of my head. But anyway, these are all fully featured. The thing about this one is it is really high tech. So yes, you can use this as a DJ controller. Remember, these things have to control DJ software to qualify for our roundup. But this one is a really professional standalone device as well. In other words, you can use the Prime 4 without a computer. You can use it with the built-in computer and just plug in a drive with any music on it, and it will analyze it and let you do everything: beat grids, key sync, the lot. It also has built-in Wi-Fi, so you can DJ directly from Tidal, SoundCloud, Go Plus, Beatport and BeatSource Link, so you're getting the best of both worlds really there. You're getting the ability to work with Serato as an amazing controller, and you're also getting the best standalone bar none. The best all-in-one, no laptop in the picture, DJ system out there right now. So the Denon DJ Prime 4 is a really compelling controller stroke all-in-one system. The downsides to the Prime 4, the jog wheels are a little bit small. These just are, you know, looking at the other ones that we've got here, you've got big style jog wheel there, big style jog wheel there, you've got a proper spinning platter, turntable style jog wheel there. You can get jog wheels on controllers at $300 that are like these. So the jog wheels are, you know, they're fine, but if you want big jog wheels, you ain't going to get it on the Prime 4. Right, well, there's our countdown from 5 to 2, but there's only 4 controllers here, so what gives? Number 5 was the XDJ-1000 SRT, the Serato controller from Pioneer DJ. Number 4 was the Rane One. Number 3 was the XDJ-XZ or XZ from Pioneer DJ. Number 2 was the Prime 4 from Denon DJ. What is our number 1 DJ controller over $1,000? Well, I can give you a clue and tell you it's represented in this lineup here by this one I've got here at the back, the XDJ-1000 SRT for Serato, because there's another version of this controller out there, and it's probably the most popular pro DJ controller of all time. It's the Pioneer DJ XDJ-1000. It looks exactly the same as that. R1 is currently at Steve Canueto's house, and you will see it every month on a Sunday when he's DJing. He stole it a while ago and I haven't got it back from him. He uses that for his live streams. The XDJ-1000, as I say, looks exactly like this Serato one here. It is good for all the reasons that the Serato one is good. So the XDJ-1000 has got that full club experience, and yet it's portable, yet it's light enough to carry under one arm and take out with you to places, but it looks professional when you get there. Standalone mixer, all the features you'd expect at this price point, but it's easily the most successful software controller over $1,000 ever. They have shifted loads of these, and indeed I was telling you that we've got a XDJ-1000 SRT DJ course. We've also got a XDJ-1000 DJ course, and it's by far our best selling hardware DJ course because this thing has just been a phenomenon since it was launched. What Pioneer DJ did really well when they launched this device here was make a device that felt like you were playing in a club, but that was a controller. They put hardware effects on it, just like club effects, club jog wheels. They give you software control over the pads and so on, which you don't get on Pioneer's Pro Gear even now, but you have that club experience, and no one had done that before. And this is a few years old now. This, I utterly recommend that you still buy this nowadays. It doesn't even matter if they release a new controller tomorrow to supersede this. These are going to be going great half a decade from now. The XDJ-1000 for Rekordbox is our number 1 controller above $1,000. The integration with Rekordbox is brilliant. The little looping niggles I told you about on the Serato version are not on the Rekordbox version. It's just very, very smooth and works very well. The downside of it, of course, you're paying over $1,000 and you still need to plug your laptop in to use it. But remember, that was one of our criteria for our top 5 today, that they have to work with software, because all the way through this series, we've been looking at software controllers primarily. So there we go. That's our top 5. Listen, we've got full reviews of all of these on the Digital DJ Tips website. Just go to the search bar at the top and type in the name of the controller you want, and you'll find that there. A little bit later this week, we'll publish an article which supports this, so you can go and look at the article as well and catch up on some of the things we've talked about here. I just want to mention one that nearly made the grade, which is the Roland DJ-808, which is a lovely controller, but I'm not sure how supported or how current it is anymore. I haven't heard or seen much about it for a while. It's got a built-in sequencer, and it's quite a unique device, but I've got a feeling it's kind of fallen by the wayside a bit out there. But the Roland DJ-808 is worth a look as well if you like the idea of having a Roland sequencer and drum machine built into a DJ controller, because it's quite compelling. Right, that's enough from us. What do you think about this? Let's head over to the comment cam one more time and spend the rest of our time together today chatting about your views on the controllers we've got here. Now, as always, I'm going to be a few minutes behind you because I'm scrolling through right from the very beginning, but that's okay. We'll catch up. Torel, which is the best between Rekordbox and Engine Prime? Well, if you're talking about standalone, the engine system is more powerful. You can do more with the engine system nowadays. And so if you don't mind about not having the club standard, engine is probably best. If you want to use the same system that club DJs use, stick with Rekordbox. The next live question, oh, hello to Dr. Karen. Again, regulars will always get a shout out here. Hi to Joe, who says looking forward to this. Thank you, Joe. Barry, good to see you, Phil. I've been off the radar for a bit, still working through the scratching course. Oh, good to hear that, Barry. Hope you're enjoying the scratching course. Hello, lots of people over there in sunny Portugal today. Nice haircut, says Peter. I think just haircut, to be honest, right, Peter? It was getting a bit ridiculous, always does. Biggs says, I'm definitely excited to see the difference between the DJJ-1000 and the Rane One. I'm caught between the two. Well, I hope we've helped you there, Biggs. Hawkeye has the Pioneer 1000 and is very satisfied with its performance. That's great to know, Hawkeye. I'm dreaming of getting a real controller, says Kyle over there in Alabama. Well, I hope you can get one at some point soon. The live comments are open on YouTube, on Twitch, on Mixcloud Live, and on Facebook. So wherever you're watching, you could be on our Facebook groups, you could be in Student Hub, you could be in Global DJ Network, you could be on our page, or you could be anywhere else. Ask your questions and I will get to them. Do Pioneer not make controllers besides CDJ and XDJ, says Brian? Well, hopefully we've given you an insight into some of the Pioneer controllers here. I told you the DDJ-1000s were popular, right? Dale says, another DDJ-1000 user here. I've a Denon Prime 4 arriving in 2 weeks. I'm excited to try the move from Rekordbox to Engine OS. So I hope that goes well for you. Do let us know how you get on with that, Dale. I've no idea, War Machine, when the next Prime 4 update will come out. Hello to Robert over there in Trinidad and Tobago. You're not the only subscriber over there, so good to see you there, Robert. Shame the Denon DJ MC7000 is not made anymore. Yeah, there is a kind of dearth of 4-channel Serato controllers around that price point, Paul. I agree with you. I bet Phil, DJ Stars, knew this. You just knew, didn't you? I bet Phil won't be picking up the controllers like he did last week. No, and I do apologise for the kind of cut-off camera angles. We had to compromise when we were setting up these shots, because these cameras are all set up to cover the table really well. But of course, these controllers are just hanging off the edge of the table today. That's probably the best shot we managed out of all of them. And the overhead camera is currently out of service. It's being serviced as we speak. So even the overhead one wouldn't have got them all in. I guess I could have put the wide angle lens on it, couldn't I? But no, there was going to be no picking up. The Newmark NS7 III, not made anymore, GK Asante. That's why we haven't put it in there. But the Rane One is the what's the word I'm looking for? The rightful successor to the NS7 III, I would say. You can scratch on the DDJ-1000, right? Oh yeah, we were talking earlier about the Rane One is made for scratching. You can scratch on all DJ controllers. You can scratch on this, and in the promo materials for our scratching for controller DJs, you actually see Steve Canuetto scratching on one of these. You can scratch on pretty much any DJ controller nowadays. You can definitely scratch. You see DJs scratching on CDJs, Pioneer CDJs. The platter doesn't have to be spinning for you to be able to scratch. So yeah, you certainly can. The Rane One looks nice, but I still prefer my XDJ-XZ, says DJ Pudge Tim. Once you get used to jog wheels for scratching, you find they're more than up to the task, says DJ Ginormous. Yeah, I agree completely. Mark says, I use Serato Rekordbox and Traxxas regularly. It was actually cheaper for me to get the XZ over both DDJ-1000s. However, after lockdown, I'll probably go back to Traxxas and the S4 Mark II for portability. There's some really good controllers that didn't make it into this lineup because they don't cost $1,000. If you're looking at pro controllers, do go and look at our piece that we published last week about controllers from $1,000 down to 500, because it might just be that one of the controllers in that price range will be absolutely perfect for you. This one here, the 707M from Roland, and also, as you say, the Tractor Control S4 Mark III, this one here, are brilliant controllers. They're just not as expensive or as big as these, but it doesn't mean they're not great devices. So yeah, don't think you have to spend this kind of money just because we're saying these are the best. Andrew says, I've got both the Prime 4 and the XDJ-XZ, wonderful units. War Machine, I once never grounded my Prime 4 and shocked myself. Oh, trainers on carpet or something, was it? Phil, the Pioneer, well, I think you're just saying something like you find the Pioneer one really sexy. Pronounced sexy, is that some kind of Geordie? I don't understand. Alex is from the northeast of England, and he types in an extremely, what's the word I'm looking for? Distinctive way, and we don't want to change you, Alex, so keep at it, my friend. Yes, most of these work flawlessly with Virtual DJ. Thanks for pointing that out, Andrew. Virtual DJ is a bit like the Magpie of the DJ world. It works with everything, but it's not really native on anything. Scrolling on through your comments. By the way, if you're enjoying this, people, as always, please do subscribe. But just as importantly, please do hit the like button. The like button lets us do this stuff more and more. Hey, my face is out of focus. I'm not into that at all. Let's try and get it more in focus. Am I turning that focus ring the right way? Nah, I'm turning it the wrong way. Of course I am. I need to just open the aperture on this, don't I? Because it's a bit too sensitive for my liking. What's that look like? So you can tell this is live, can't you? Lots of you just loving this, by the way. So Andrew's saying the screen is even better on the Prime 4 with Virtual DJ. I think you're talking about the Prime 4. Yes, you are, because it has waveforms and stuff that are better than the way Serato is implemented, so that's cool. DJ Feta, when are you doing controllers over 2000? We're not. We might set up the Pro systems one time and compare the Denon Pro system with the Pioneer one, but you're getting pretty niche when you get up there. I'll tell you that most people watching this wouldn't buy that kind of gear. The XDJ-XZ is good for mobile DJs, strongmen, yes, because it's so blinking heavy, I agree with you. Cleveland Terry, hello again, my man. The 1000 for Rekordbox is the best controller on the market still. In total agreement with you here. I mean, so many of you giving love for that controller. DJ Feta, your Jorge, the James, you know, it's almost the default standard now for DJ controllers. It really is. But don't write off the XDJ-XZ. There's a lot of those out there as well. There really are. The Prime 4 for me is out of this list as it offers more flexibility for my leads. Oh, yours your favourite out of the list, says Saint Steve. Yep, it is a great device. Thank you everyone for talking to each other in the comments. I say this every week, but I'm really touched to see you all helping each other out. So thanks, people. It's lovely to see that. Right, so over on Mixcloud, Jimmy J says the XDJ-XZ is an awesome piece of kit, but it's a faff to update the firmware, especially if you use a Mac to enable the 4 decks. Any tips, Phil? No, I haven't. Firmware can be a faff to update. Yeah, I can't really give you advice other than follow the instructions carefully and hope it works out. Richie Rich says Rane is one of the best controllers on the market. It feels just like 1210s from Mixcloud. Hello to Ben over there. Hello to Orton over there on Mixcloud as well. So the next live comment is from Julian, who says, I just upgraded from the Reloop Beatpad 2 to the DJ-1000, and I'm not regretting it at all. I just wish it had better support for algorithms DJ on iOS. Rekordbox makes my MacBook Pro run with its fans full speed. Well, turn the music up a bit. That should drown your fans out. No, I know what you mean. I mean, the thing is, DVS systems, motorized jogs, fans on laptops, there's all these buzzing things going on in the background when you're DJing. It's true. What do you think of the Prime 2, says Gortis? I think the Prime 2 is great, but it misses out on this list because I'm not sure if it's just, I think it is above 1,000, but it doesn't work with any software. And we're only talking about software controllers here. But the Prime 2 is great. Brian says, this is so odd. I literally just finished watching the top 5 for 500 to 1,000 video. Phil really looks like the guy in that vid. Strange that, isn't it? But that guy in that video had longer hair and a fuzzier beard, didn't he? Would you consider the Prime Go? Yes, very, very much. I DJ on the Prime Go for my live streams because it's portable and it works off battery. But again, the Denon DJ Prime Go doesn't have software capabilities. It's only standalone, and we have been talking about controllers only for the last few weeks. So that is why it didn't get noticed. It didn't get added to this list or to one of these lists. I'm just putting the love for the 1000 up on the screen for any of you that think it isn't the best DJ controller at this price range of all time, or at least the most popular. It really is. Good question from Marlon. 1000 versus 1000 SRT. Just if you don't mind what software you use, the 1000 slightly better because it's a better implementation on the hardware. If you want to use Serato, the 1000 SRT is absolutely brilliant. So really it's down to your software. I want your XMG laptop, says Jovial Belmonte. This is the laptop that you see here. I'm trying to point to it now. Yeah, this is the laptop we recommend if you are in Europe, because these are only really distributed in Europe, if you want to DJ on Windows. But we'll talk about that another day. Damien's recommending the DDJ-1000 to everyone. Is the switch from the DDJ-800 to the DDJ-1000 worth it? Depends if you want 4 channels. If not, the 800 has got everything that you need and it's a slightly smaller device. Pablo says, I've got the 1000, I think it's amazing. And as a matter of fact, I'll be doing a practice mix later on. So there we go. The only problem I have with the 1000 SRT is there are no toggle switches to trigger effects like the S9 or S11. Well, yeah, but none of these controllers except the Rane One have got toggle effects on them. The Roland DJ-505 was amazing for me until now. I'm having right deck stoppage issues, and I heard the 808s have been having the same issues as DJ Greatness. Well, I hope you get that sorted out, DJ Greatness. Okay, so 1 or 2 more of your comments here. We've been talking about our favorite controllers over $1,000 here today, people. You can catch up on the replay on YouTube and Facebook if you've missed it, if you've just joined us. But if you have just joined us, you probably weren't subscribed, so you didn't get the notification when we went live. So do what you've got to do on your platform of choice in order to see us when we go live. Hello to Lou in Tampa. I'm just throwing the names of my most regulars on the screen as I see them. We love you guys and girls. Do you think eventually CDJ size controllers will replace CDJs and Denon Primes and stuff? No, because in a professional environment, having a separate mixer and DJ media players is better, because if something breaks they can switch out that one unit and leave the rest of it there. But the all-in-one systems are better for event DJs, hobby DJs, people who've got to move their gear around. I wish Pioneer had a DDJ-1000 Mark II. The Mark I has got no issues at all. It's probably why they haven't bothered to push out a Mark II anytime soon. I find scratching hard on the Prime 4. Guess I'm not used to it. Keep at it. Our Scratching for Controller DJs course is a great way to get your scratching up to speed and to get over those early frustrations, by the way, people. I'd love it if they brought out a black and gold limited edition Rane One controller. I always wonder who likes the black and gold limited editions. You're obviously one of those people. So thanks for that, Matt. DJ 2 AM, sorry I'm late, no problem. I've just come back home from my graphics. I thought I'd let you know that I got my present for finishing 6th form, an XDJ-XZ and a VM80 speaker bundle from Bob DJ. Sound. Good man. I'm really glad that you've done that. And someone else taking their exams, taking their GCSE exams, is CZY. I'm buying the XDJ-XZ next week when they're over. Sounds like a great unit and I cannot wait. Awesome. Glad to see so many people treating themselves at the end of school. Thank you, Andrew, for your support. We do appreciate that. Chris says, the only thing I would like the Prime 4 to do better is offline downloading of Beatport to your locker on the controller. Hopefully that will happen soon. Brian says to add a sampler and a 64 pad step sequencer to my Prime 4. Wow. I add Ableton Push 2 via Ableton Link, and I love it. I learned about Ableton Link here on Digital DJ Tips. Thanks, Phil. You're very, very welcome. Right, I'm going to stop now, I think, because I think we've probably covered most of your comments here. I'm just looking for other questions. Joe is saying, what does the toggle do? I'll try and show you, Joe, on the Rane controller here. In fact, let me just zoom in here. Let me just do a live bit of zooming. There we go. So this is the toggle switches here, and these turn the effects on and off. So you can set the effects on this part of the Rane controller, and if you push it down, it'll put the effect on that channel. right channel, left channel. As soon as your hand goes off it, the effect disappears again. On, off, on, off. Push it up and it locks the effect on until you push it down again. So they're just a really insanely usable on-off effect, basically, on-off effect switch for your effects. And they are very popular on scratch battle mixes because battle DJs love to be able to hit the effects very, very fast like that. You don't like my music. I've always liked your name. I have a mix on 4 and it's great, but I'm looking to upgrade. Any thoughts? Well, hopefully we've helped you today with some thoughts around that. The Denon MC-X8000 is a fantastic controller. Never broke down. Yep, not made anymore. That's why it didn't make the grade here. But yes, it was a good controller. Doodoo says the Numark Party Mix, is it good or bad? Right, the Numark Party Mix is a controller that's literally just been launched. We're not talking about that stuff today. However, if you head over to Digital DJ Tips, we've got a write-up on the new Numark Party Mix 2 and the Party Mix Live, and we've also got a video where I talk you through them. So if you want to know if they're any good or not, head over there and you can catch up on that today. That video is now 1 hour and 30 minutes old, so totally up to date and up to speed. I finished it just before lunch today. We like to do things at the last minute here at Digital DJ Tips. Hello, Richard, who just tells us Richard Kirby is watching. Awesome. I got the Rane One to replace my SX3 and I'm extremely excited as I just got an omni-portable turntable to implement even more scratching, says Alan Fern. Brilliant, good to hear that. And why don't more controllers above the 1K range implement IEC for power like the Rane One? It seems odd for pro gear to keep having proprietary power. Yeah, you know, an external power supply. I don't know. I prefer that. I mean, out of the ones we're looking at here, most of them have got the proprietary haven't got the proprietary power. So the Rane One, you plug in an IEC. This you plug in an IEC. This you plug in an IEC. I think it's only the DJI-1000s that have got the external power transformer. But I agree with you. I don't like seeing that on high-end gear at all. It's just something else to forget and go wrong and so on. Right, people. We're done for today. Thank you very much, everyone who joined us. As always, if you've enjoyed this, do the right thing, but also hit the share button, please. Share really helps us. We'll be back next Tuesday at the same time with another Tuesday Tips Live. And on Thursday at the same time, I'll be back with Thursday Q&A Live. And that's your chance to ask any questions at all about the DJ world. So you might want to ask questions about the new Numark Party Mix 2 that's just been released and that we've just written up over on the website. You might want to ask questions about any of the other controllers we've been covering, because we've been covering controllers for the last month at every price point. This was last week's show here. And you can catch up on all of these over on the Digital DJ Tips website. You might want to talk about the new version of Algorithm's DJ Pro AI software. Again, you can catch up with all the news from this over on the Digital DJ Tips website, or you might just have a question about something else in your DJing. Whatever it is, we'll help you out on Thursday. Now on Sunday, look at your watch now. 20 minutes from now, wherever you are in the world, on Sunday, I'll be live with my Balcony Beats live stream, which I don't know where it'll be from this week. It could be from my balcony at home, but if I'm feeling adventurous, I might just head to some, you know, to the top of some cliff somewhere and try and do a windswept one from another corner of the Mediterranean. It just depends how much time I've got, really. But wherever it's going to be, you can guarantee some good music, chat, hanging out together and having fun. And didn't Ben do a good job last week, by the way? If anyone saw Ben's In My Shed, Ben, our community manager, does one of these a month as well. He did a great one from his shed at the end of his garden last week with a distinctly Star Wars theme based around the May the 4th Star Wars Day. So well done, Ben, for that. So that's our live shows coming up soon. If you are interested in learning to DJ, of course, we are the biggest online DJ school in the world, and you can find out more about our courses by heading over to digitaldjtips.com, clicking on DJ courses and scrolling down, and you'll see everything we've got here, from names like Laidback Luke, like DJ Angelo, like James Hype, and of course all the Digital DJ Tips team have made all these courses that you can see here to help you improve your DJing. And just a little bit of word to the wise, our training program, Digital DJ Lab, is the place to stay up to speed with how DJing is done today. This is a subscription only program. It's hugely popular, but don't buy it. Why not? Because Digital DJ Lab is going to be on a $1 whole month trial, starting, I think, on Thursday this week. I'm not in charge of all of this stuff at Digital DJ Tips, and I'm pretty sure the team are giving you a chance to try it for a whole month if you subscribe for a few days starting on Thursday. So if you're not a Digital DJ Tips member, you need to be a member to hear about that. So head over to djtips.co. Oh, that's the wrong one. Head over to that one, djtips.co/join. You can join Digital DJ Tips there. You get a copy of our book as a thank you. You also will then be emailed when we launch that special trial for our members, where you can try everything Digital DJ Lab has got to offer for just $1. Right. Thank you, everyone. We need double the amount of content, please, says Brian. I try my hardest. We try our hardest, Brian. Brian also says, Ben did a fantastic job. That's awesome. That's awesome. You don't like my music? We can't help you, my friend. DJ Ginormous was loving Ben's live stream at the weekend as well. Are you ever going to do a comparison of DJ controllers with built-in samplers and sequencers? Maybe we will. Maybe we will. We'll see. Right, people. Sorry if I didn't read your questions out. A couple of you saying you didn't have time, but we get so many over all the platforms. Just to let you know, though, my team will try and get to your questions afterwards. So anything you've asked that hasn't been answered, it takes a while, but they will try and get to everyone. Right, we are done this week, people. Get good, get out there if you can, make the moments, and I will see you again on Thursday for Thursday Q&A. Until next time, from me, Phil Morse, here in the Digital DJ Tips studio with our 5 favourite controllers over $1,000. Goodbye.